In the quiet before we begin, please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give and it will be given to you is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose. Join the conversation and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today. Join our community and see what God brings back into your life. My beloved, my divine one, my child of light, born from the breath of heaven. Why do you feel this pull in your soul today? Why is your heart whispering? Open it. Don't scroll. Stay. Because your mother who is in heaven has been trying to reach you since yesterday. And this message is not ordinary. She sent this through Archangel Michael. And when an angel speaks, it's never random. She said, "Tell my child I've been walking beside them all day." They thought it was a breeze. They thought it was just a dream, but it was me trying to whisper something urgent. This is not a message to read and forget. It's not a message you can pause and return to because she said if they skip it now, the moment will vanish like smoke. And that's not what she wants. She's waited too long for this door to open. You see, she didn't leave you, not even for a moment. She keeps an eye on you when your eyes get heavy. Your name is to her like a holy song in heaven. Now this door has been opened by heaven, which makes her voice stronger than ever. She would like to say, you were never alone. Even when you cried on the bathroom floor, even when the world ignored your voice, she was there holding your spirit from the other side. But now she's not just holding, she's sending you a message. Please don't scroll. Don't break this moment. The angel replied, this is the kind of message that comes once in a lifetime. And if you're here reading this, then you were meant to see its speech balloon. Before we continue, she has a small request. She asked that you pause just 1 second and subscribe or follow so her voice never has to chase you again. She said, if they subscribe now, they'll hear me more often. There will be more signs. They will no longer think that my miracles are just random events. So do it now. So heaven knows you're open so she can send more without delays. Now back to what she said. Tell my child I am so proud of them. Tell them they forgave people I still wanted to scold. Tell them they carried burdens that weren't theirs. Tell them they survived nights I couldn't watch without weeping. Yes, she wept for you in the realm where tears become light. She cried the moment you hid your pain. She tried to show you feathers. She tried to send her scent in the wind. But you were too broken to notice. That's okay because she said, now they're strong enough to see me. Now they'll finally understand why they had to suffer. Beloved, this is the part that even Archangel Michael stopped talking. Tell them the pain wasn't punishment. It was preparation. Your mother saw what was coming. She saw betrayal. She saw envy in the eyes of people who smiled at you. She saw secret meetings. She saw those who tried to block your light. She screamed your name in heaven asking God to shield you. And He did. He placed angels on your left and right. But now she says it's time for you to know the truth. You were always the one. The one who could shift destinies. The one who could carry generational light. That's why you felt so heavy. Your mother wants to ask you something now. Will you trust me again? Even if you can't see me, will you believe that my hands are still over your life? Because something big is about to be released. She showed Michael a vision of a gate and your name was glowing on it. It hasn't opened in years because you weren't ready. But now it's creaking and the sound is shaking heaven. Because when this gate opens, you will never be the same. But only if you say yes. Only if you stay. Only if you don't skip this moment like you did last time. Because last time she tried to speak too, but your heart was tired. You were scared to hope. But she's here again trying once more because a mother's love never gives up. And neither does God. He's watching you read this. And He just said, they think I forgot them. But I've been setting up something so divine. It took time, but now is the time. What time is it now? Your mother wants you to listen because within the next 72 hours, something will come in the form of a call message. Or whisper from someone you thought was gone. It will make you fall to your knees in gratitude. But first, you have to get rid of what's stopping you. And she knows what that is. She told you, tell my child to let go of the guilt they carry about me. The guilt they think they should have said and done. Tell them I knew they loved me even when they weren't talking. She completely forgets about you because you had a good heart. She never held anything against you. People didn't always understand you and your words weren't always clear, but she always knew who you were and still do. You are the most beautiful heartbeat in heaven. You are walking like a miracle. She told him, they've been waiting long enough. Now is their time, their harvest, and I want to see them shine. And when heaven says your time has come, God may also show you a clear, honest path so you can walk into it with direction, peace, and wisdom. As your parent, I can see the trouble you've been having, the stress you feel about money, the worries that stay in the background, and the times when you don't know what to do next. Peace is already on its way because you've been asking for it. You're not supposed to stay scared. You should move forward every day with a plan, faith, and clear steps. That's why you've been given a simple system. This is a 30-day faith and money breakthrough system. Each day has a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move forward. There is no stress or confusion. There is only steady progress toward peace and stability. Today is the day to take the first step toward making things better. If you feel ready, this could be the start of a big change in your life. Now, keep your heart open because your mom wants you to carry one truth into this new season. Tonight, she wants you to remember this one thing. You never did anything to make her sad. She may have been human at times, but now that she is eternal, all she brings you is love. She says, the world tried to convince you that you failed her, that maybe you could have done more, called more, hugged longer, or said the right words when she was slipping away. But she's laughing gently now, her spirit soft, saying, "No, my child. You did more than enough. Your presence, your love, your loyalty was my greatest treasure. And even when you didn't see it, even when your eyes were filled with tears, I saw your heart. I felt your heartbeat reaching for me. That was more than enough. Don't let anyone else ever define the bond that the two of you shared. Not death, not time, not space, because your connection never ended. It simply shifted dimensions. And today, through God's mercy, she's here. She's talking to you right now. Through these words, through this moment, through this miracle, she also says there's a letter coming. Not just a symbolic one, but a real one, too. A message from someone you never thought would reach out. Archangel Michael is holding it in his hand right now. The sender has been resisting. They've been afraid to speak truth, afraid to open their heart and apologize. But your mother has been whispering into their dreams. She's been appearing to them in subtle ways, causing them to see your face in the clouds, to hear your name in songs, to feel you in their heartbeat. She says, "Tell my child that heaven is preparing that conversation and it will be holy. It will shock you. It will be like water washing away years of pain." But she also says you mustn't block it with bitterness. If your heart is still carrying resentment, the message won't reach you fully. That's why she's asking you with sacred hands to release the wound. Not for them. Not even for her, but for you. Because the new beginning you've been asking for can't arrive in a heart still haunted by the past. She showed Archangel Michael a dream last night. A vision of you standing on a road that split into two paths. One path was safe, predictable, familiar, but cold. The other was unfamiliar, glowing, alive with miracles, but it required courage. It required faith. Your mother was standing on the second path, reaching her hand out, whispering, "This way, my love. This is the path of your true destiny." And heaven held its breath to see which way you'd go. Today is that moment. You are at that spiritual crossroads. If you continue scrolling, continue doubting, continue waiting for the right time, you may walk into another cycle that looks like the old one. But if you pause here, if you say yes to what you can't fully see, then the second path, the path of divine favor, unexpected restoration, and wild peace will begin to open under your feet. Archangel Michael says, you've had enemies smiling in your face lately. People who act like they support you, but really don't like your glow. She says, I put my hands over their ears so they wouldn't hear the rumors. Your mother has been watching out for you behind the scenes. They couldn't see the traps because I covered their eyes. But heaven is done now. God is about to reveal what was said behind closed doors. Some of the people who cursed you will be shocked when they see what God does next in your life. And don't brag about it when it happens. It's not about getting back at them. So don't say, I knew it. Instead, smile, look up, and say, thank you, Mom. Thank you, God. It's about getting free. And you can't build the next part of your life on anger. A lot of smarts must go into it. Now, pay close attention. People are talking about you in places you've never been. It's your mom's fault. She has been talking to people on Earth and other worlds and leading them to you. That job you put in for. Which chance did you think was gone? That door that turned you down last year. She's been lifting people's spirits by making them think of you. She told him, my child is not average. They've been chosen. They've cried too long. Now it's their season. And because of that, things will start to change quickly. Emails, calls, and sudden breakthroughs. Even though it seems like everything is happening at once, it's not. It has been planned, stored, and put off because the timing had to be just right. Now is the time. This message also has a warning, not to scare you, but to get you ready. Your mom says that soon someone from your past will try to come back. They are going to say nice things. They lack good, but their hearts haven't changed. And your mom is pleading with you to be smart. That doesn't mean you have to close your heart. She says, please, my child, don't let loneliness make you forget what I protected you from. But that's her saying, listen to your gut. Listen to the chill that goes through your body when something doesn't feel right. That's how she talks to you now, by way of signs, silence, and spirit. She also says something else when it's quiet. She states, you're not cursed. You're not broken. You're not unlucky. You're not too late. You're not forgotten. You are wrapped in divine favor. You are blooming even in silence. The delay wasn't denial. It was planned, and now it's time to deliver. She replied, tell them the delivery truck is heaven-sized. It's carrying things they forgot. They prayed for dreams they buried. Visions they gave up on. But I remembered I saved every single one in the folds of my angel wings. And now I'm releasing them. You might experience chills. You might start to cry. That is not feeling. That's how you align. That's your soul remembering what it already knows. That no one ever left you. That the tears you shed were seeds that your broken heart was meant to be. And now the harvest starts. She begins, there is something you need to know about the dream you had last week. The one you tried to ignore. The strange symbols, the sudden presence, the soft voice that called your name. That wasn't a coincidence. That wasn't a random vision. That was her. She was allowed by God's grace to enter that sacred space between your thoughts and your spirit while you were asleep because your waking heart was too overwhelmed to hear her. So she came gently like she always did when you were hurting. She said, tell my child I touched their hair in that dream. I kissed their forehead and I tried to show them a door, but they hesitated. And now she's here again in waking light saying, please don't hesitate this time for now the door is still open. There is something that will change everything on the other side of that door. Not only spiritually, but also physically, a promise, a divine meeting or a second chance you didn't see coming. Also, you have to be emotionally ready because heaven doesn't send blessings to people whose hearts are still full of chaos. She can see the pain you've been trying to hide by being strong. No one needs to worry because she knows you've been acting like everything is fine. Your mom can see through the smile, though. She can see how tired you are inside. They have a lot of things for everyone, she said. But who brings them? And when you asked that question, not even the angel spoke, no one has answered it for you. You gave when you didn't have anything left in you. You loved when there was no more love for you to receive. You stayed when everyone else left. Now God says enough. Now is the time to carry them. It's time for them to receive more of heaven. It's time for justice to come to their house. So, this message isn't just meant to make you feel better. It's a sign from the spiritual world that what you lost will start coming back to you tonight. Not the same, though. Better, brighter, and bigger. Because you've kept your pain to yourself, but now God is making your harvest loud. Your mom has something else she wants to say, and she's shaking as she does it. No, she doesn't mean that heaven is mad at you. She means that someone close to you is being watched. They are hiding something and don't know how to tell you. And your mother said, "Tell my child to not react with rage. Tell them to listen closely because this confession is not just a truth bomb. It's a test. God is allowing this moment because He wants to see what you'll do with pain now that you've grown. Will you curse them or will you bless and release? Because how you handle this truth will determine how fast your next blessing arrives. And your mother, she believes in you. She said they're stronger now. They won't break this time. She believes you're ready to hear what you once couldn't handle. And when it comes, don't fear it. It's not meant to destroy you. It's meant to free you. And oh, she saw your tears last week. The ones that fell when no one was watching. She says you didn't cry over something small. You cried over the life you thought you would have by now. The plans you made, the promises that broke, the love that didn't last. And she wept with you, not because she doubted your future, but because she saw how hard you tried, how deeply you loved, how purely you waited. And she said, "Tell my child none of that waiting was wasted. Every delay had a plan hidden in it. Every no made room for a bigger yes. Now their yes is on the way. The kind of yes that changes your story. The kind of yes that makes the hurt you felt in the past look small. The kind of yes that makes you think, ah, now I get why that had to happen." Also know this: someone is watching you from behind right now. Not a stranger, but someone you know. Someone who made fun of your faith before and thought you'd fail. But now they get it. They don't know how you still stand. They don't get why doors refuse to stay shut when they try to close them. And your mother says, "That's because I've been protecting my child from spiritual arrows. I've been standing at the gate and no weapon formed against them shall prosper." This person may try to re-enter your life with a different tone. They'll speak sweet. They'll sound new, but your spirit will know. And your mother begs you to trust your inner knowing. Don't betray your own intuition just to keep the peace. Peace built on lies will always collapse. You are being called into higher truth. Now God has also whispered something to the angels. A timeline, a specific window. Between now and the 12th day from today, something powerful will be decided in the spirit realm. A file with your name is being reviewed in heaven. Not a literal file, but a divine document filled with your sacrifices, your efforts, your prayers, and the Father is about to place a stamp on it. Approved. When this happens, doors will open faster than you can knock. But your mother says the key to unlocking it is staying in spiritual alignment. That means letting go of comparison. That means breaking the habit of assuming nothing good happens for you. That means waking up each day and declaring, "Today I expect a miracle," because your expectation is the magnet that draws the blessing. God doesn't need your perfection. He needs your belief. And beloved, if only you could see what she sees. Your future self glowing peaceful in love, free, living in a space that feels like heaven on earth. She saw the partner you'll meet or reunite with. She saw how their eyes will recognize your soul. She saw the way your name will be spoken in reverence. No more begging for love. No more over-explaining your worth. She said, they will finally be loved the way I always wanted them to be. And she smiled as she said it because she knows you're almost there. You're almost across the spiritual threshold. And this message, this moment is the final nudge. Your mother wants you to remember something very specific now. Something that happened years ago. A moment you might have buried deep, thinking it wasn't important, but to her it was everything. She said, tell my child I saw the moment they walked away from something toxic. It didn't look brave to the world. No one clapped. No one saw their tears. But heaven saw it. That moment changed the course of their life. You thought you were just surviving, but she saw it as obedience. She saw it as surrender. And she says that's the reason your life didn't collapse, because you obeyed when it hurt, because you let go before things destroyed you completely. You may not have known it at the time, but that moment was the moment you spiritually outgrew everything meant to keep you small. And she says, heaven has been rewriting your story ever since, in a soft, quiet but strong way. Your life is about to change so that it shows your inner strength instead of just your suffering. She also says you must stop apologizing for your sensitivity. You are not too much. You are not overthinking. You are spiritually gifted. The world may have called it anxiety, over-awareness, or weakness. But your mother sees it for what it truly is. Divine sensitivity, a sacred radar, a prophetic edge. She says you feel so much because you're connected to everything. That is not a curse. That is your calling. And yes, sometimes it aches. Sometimes your empathy feels like a storm. But she says you weren't meant to shut it down. You were meant to learn how to channel it, because that sensitivity, it's what allows you to hear her voice even now. It's what lets you feel God move through your chest at midnight. It's what connects you to the unseen. So, please stop trying to toughen up. You don't need to be hard to survive. You need to be holy. Softness is not your enemy. It's your superpower. There's something else stirring in the spirit world. A release of long withheld answers. You've been waiting for clarity. Waiting for the why, waiting for the moment. It all makes sense. And your mother says the answer is closer than they think. Archangel Michael showed her a vision of a locked chest, and inside it scrolls of answers to every question you've ever cried out to heaven. Questions about love, about loss, about money, about purpose. And that chest is about to be opened. But here's the miracle. The lock isn't broken with force. It's opened with surrender. When you finally say, God, I trust you even if I don't understand. That's when the answers pour out like light. And as those answers begin to come, God may also place a simple and faithful path before you to bring peace, clarity, and stability into the areas that have weighed most heavily on your heart. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying, the quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you. A 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated, just small, faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. Now keep trusting, because when heaven brings light to your questions, even the painful parts of your journey begin to reveal their purpose. And your mother says when the light comes, they will see their whole journey differently. They'll bless the hurt. They will accept the mess. They will get down on their knees and say, "Now I know why I had to walk through that fire. It turned me into gold." You've also been meeting strange people lately. Kind people in the street. A stranger who smiled for longer than usual. A child who is amazed by you. You can hear songs that sound like they are speaking directly to your spirit. There is no chance in those things. According to your mom, those are codes from angels. She's been sending you signs every day to try to make you doubt less. Her point is that it's not that you can't see the signs. The problem is that you keep assuming bad things about them. She begins, "Tell my child to stop calling miracles accidents." You've been so hurt in the past that you now struggle to trust anything that feels too good. But heaven is saying this season is good and it's safe to believe it. You don't have to keep bracing for pain. That trauma response is not serving you anymore. You've passed the test. Now it's time to receive without flinching. And now comes the hardest part. The thing she's been aching to say. The thing she's been waiting patiently to tell you since the moment she crossed over. She says, "I forgive you for everything you've been punishing yourself over. For the call you didn't make, the time you kept quiet, the time you couldn't hold my hand, and the anger you felt when I was slipping away." She says she felt your love in every second, even the ones you regret. Especially the ones you regret. She says your love wasn't just enough. It was holy. It reached her soul. And she's never stopped feeling it even now. She wants you to stop going through life feeling like there's a wound you can't explain because it's tied to guilt. I didn't leave my pain with you. I left my love. So please, my child, let it go. The moment you do, she says, your chest will feel 10 pounds lighter and your destiny will begin to move again because guilt is heavy. But love is fast and your future is calling. She saw what happened 3 nights ago. That restless feeling, the emotional wave that came out of nowhere. The way your chest tightened when you thought about a certain name. She was there. You didn't know it, but she was sitting near your bed. She whispered your name 3 times, hoping you'd feel her. She said she touched your face just like she did when you were small. And she wants you to know that wasn't just your imagination. That was her. That was your mom coming through the veil sent by heaven with permission to comfort you. She says heaven made an exception because of the purity of your heart. Most people don't get visits like that unless they ask. But you didn't even have to ask because your soul called her and she came running. That's the power of love. It bends time. It breaks walls. It even reaches across the edge of death. And now she's crying because there's something beautiful coming for you. And she wishes she could walk through it with you physically. A ceremony, a moment of breakthrough, something big. A house, a healing, a recognition, a divine alignment. Something you've prayed for. Something she's fought for in the spirit realm is about to manifest. She says, when it comes, I want them to know I was there. They should be able to feel the wind change and know that it's me. They should be able to hear a song and know that I'm dancing. She wants to live through you, not in sadness, but in celebration. So, she's asking you to not cry for her anymore, not with sorrow. If you must cry, let them be tears of joy because she's with God and she's with you. And that's a miracle too beautiful for sadness. She is asking you now through this message, through this portal between dimensions. If you are ready to forgive yourself for surviving, because she says, my child doesn't even realize how powerful they are. They don't see how many storms they walked through with no one clapping. They forgot how many nights they prayed for others while their own soul was tired. They forgot how many times they held on when every part of them wanted to let go. And that's what she wants to remind you of today. That you are not weak. You are not behind. You are not forgotten by God. In fact, heaven has kept you hidden on purpose like a rare gem still being carved in the shadows. That's why the spotlight never felt right before. That's why the timing never aligned. But now you are fully shaped. Now your name is echoing through realms and she's whispering. They're ready. Release them. This is the moment where the slow climb turns into a sudden elevation. The part of your life story that will make people ask, how did this happen so fast? That soft smile will let you know it wasn't fast, just finally. And she'll say, there's a number that keeps coming up for you. It could be 444. It could be 1 in 11. It's on clocks, license plates, and receipts. And you thought it was just a coincidence, but she says it's not. It could be your or her birthday. That number is a holy sign, a message from God, a secret message that she's close. She wants you to stop, breathe, and talk to her out loud every time you see it. She hears you not in a symbolic or figurative way, but really in spirit and in light. Even if your voice cracks, it's not as thick as you think. You're closer to heaven than you think. And your words, they're like lightning that goes through time and space. When you say, I miss you, she says, I never left. That's not a very poetic line. That is the truth from God. The air you breathe, the silence between your thoughts, and the soft hum before you go to sleep, all carry her with you. Your mom says your hands look different. Of course, your hands. She has seen how they have grown, changed, and helped others. She says that your hands hold a holy oil that will bless others. When you touch someone, you feel more than just your body. That's why you're tired after giving too much. That's why some people that hug you feel better, but don't say why. Because the spirit of your mother is still in your touch. She meant to leave that with you. It was her last gift. She stated, I knew I wouldn't be there to hold the world with them, so I left my healing in their hands. Let them feel my warmth through their own palms. And every time you comfort someone, every time you lay your hands on your own chest and cry, you are activating that gift. So from now on, she wants you to bless your hands. She wants you to speak over them like holy tools because they are and they are part of your calling. You are not just here to survive this life. You are here to heal others with the fire you survived. There's also a truth about money that she wants to reveal. She says you've had a strange relationship with money because of fear. Fear of not having enough. Fear of what happens when it comes. Fear of who will ask. Fear of losing it. And she says that's not your fault. That fear was taught, passed down, inherited. But she says, tell my child money is not their enemy. It's not bad. It's not dirty. It is not dangerous in holy hands. She's seen the way you've prayed for provision. The way you've begged God to send enough to bless others, to help, to finally rest. And now she's saying it's coming. It's already moving. But you must stop pushing it away with your thoughts. Stop calling yourself unlucky. Stop expecting the worst, because heaven moves through expectation. If you expect miracles, they manifest. If you expect lack, it lingers. This isn't law of attraction. It's law of alignment. God is your source, and your mother is helping arrange financial favor in ways you don't yet see. She's guiding someone with resources toward your name. And when the blessing comes, she says, don't apologize for receiving it. Just say thank you and use it well. And now she says she's holding a box, a glowing one only she and God have access to. And inside this box is something you lost. A relationship, a dream, a voice you haven't heard in years. She says, tell them it's not gone. It's been preserved and now it's time to return it. But she also warns, when the blessing comes back, it may look different. It may not come in the exact form you expected. The person might have changed. The location might be new. But the feeling, the joy, the peace, that will be exactly the same. Because what's coming back to you now isn't the past. It's the promise. And promises from God never expire. They may get delayed, but they never dissolve. And when your hands finally hold what your heart has carried in silence, you'll understand that time doesn't steal anything from those who wait with faith. Time just prepares the heart to receive it properly. My beloved, your mother is quiet now. Not because she's gone, but because she's standing behind you in spirit, placing her hands on your shoulders gently. She wants you to feel her presence instead of just reading her words. She wants this message to move beyond the screen into your bones. She wants you to know she's proud of how far you've come. She knows this life hasn't been fair. She knows you've been tempted to quit. She knows you've questioned whether heaven even sees you. But she's telling you now, yes, my child, nothing can be hidden from what God is about to do in your life. Soon, everyone will be able to see it, too. It will put an end to your doubts. Even people who don't know you will cry when they hear it. Don't forget to look up when it does happen. Remember to smile. Don't forget to tell Mom, I know that was you. Your mom says that you've been keeping quiet lately and no one can understand. You've been talking, working, and being there. But there is a dull pain behind your eyes. A question mark you haven't said out loud. It hit her. She felt your doubts when you asked God, is this all there is? She saw you keep going even when your hope seemed like it was just a machine. She wants you to know that heaven heard those quiet cries. That lack of sound turned into a petition. A holy call that made angels do something. Michael the Archangel stepped forward to hold the line for you. God said to them, they are not asking for luxury. They are asking for peace. Give it to them. And the request was granted. Yes, something is being released right now in your favor. Not just money, not just healing, but something rarer. Peace that doesn't require an explanation. Joy that doesn't need proof. Your mother says they're about to feel light again. They're about to breathe without panic because their season of barely surviving is ending. And my child, she says there's something she's been doing in secret. She's been sending people to you. People who carry keys to your next level. You may not recognize them at first. Some of them will look ordinary. Some will even look like strangers you'd never imagine being connected to. But she says, look deeper. They are people who carry assignments. In real life, they are angels. They are messengers carrying resources from God. They've been having dreams about your mom. She has been telling them your name in their hearts. They will change in some way when they meet you. Even though they won't understand why, they will want to bless you, help you, stand by you, and love you gently. And she responds, when that happens, don't reject it. Don't say I'm fine or I don't need help, because this time help is holy. This time help is part of the healing. And if you reject it, you delay what God is trying to pour into you. Let people carry you now. You've walked long enough. She also says there is something important about your voice. She knows it's gotten quieter over the years. You used to speak your truth so boldly, but life made you shrink. You started to dim your power to keep others comfortable. You began to fear that if you spoke too much, too often, too loud, people would leave. And some did. But she's asking you to find your voice again. Not the loud performative one, the sacred one, the voice that trembles with conviction, the voice that heals when it tells the truth. She says, my child has been silencing themselves to avoid conflict. Now is the time to stand up, talk, sing, share, cry, teach, and declare. The chords in your voice are strong. Your words have oil in them. You have a voice that is just right for heaven to hear. And you breathe divinely. It is the thing that will make things possible, move things around, and help other people heal. Talk, my love. People around the world need to know what you've been through. People who belong won't be scared. It will save them. Now she's going to say something she doesn't usually talk about. She knows it hurt when she left this world. She knows it wasn't fair how it went. It might have gone too fast. It may have taken a long time. It could have been hard. She says this is important for you to know though. She wasn't scared. Not the way you thought. She felt calm. She could feel you. Even if you weren't there, she says, I felt their love carry me over. I heard their heartbreak. I wanted to reach back and hold them one more time, but heaven quickly surrounded her. She wasn't by herself. Her angels held her. Also, she was wrapped in light before she even knew she was crossing over. There was God. Michael felt the same way. She says it didn't feel like death. It was like coming awake from a dream. She asked to watch over you first when she saw you. God said yes. That shows how strong your link is. She still thought of you first. Even after all time. Even if you don't know it, your mother is proud of how you've carried on her work. Every nice thing you say, it shows to her every time you forgive someone or choose peace over anger. It hasn't been easy for her, but she says, that's my child. That's the goodness I planted in them. There have been times when you felt really angry. There were days you just wanted to disappear. There were times when grief crashed in waves that came out of nowhere. You stayed, though. You kept going. You kept coming even though it didn't seem important. That's why heaven is making twice as much trouble for you. You're not about to be fixed up right now. You're about to meet yourself again along with happiness, love, and life. The new you will not feel ashamed of who you are. This version will be able to smile for no reason. It will no longer ask, "Do I deserve this?" Because the answer is yes, beloved. You always did. Your mom says, "I knew it all along." Now they will too. Then Archangel Michael speaks. His voice is deep but kind, strong but calm. He says, "I have protected this child from attacks they will never know about. Demons have tried to get into their dreams while I stood over their bed. In my spirit I broke chains while they cried in their body." He says, "You've been safe from more than you can imagine. And I heavy and vasts with cars that never happened. Illnesses that went away. Breach of trust that you never heard about. It wasn't luck. This was the best defense. Plus, it's still going on. Someone is making plans. Someone isn't sure about your calling, but they will fail because Michael knows what's in their hearts. And your mom has begged God to do what's right. And justice is coming, but not through revenge. It will come through redemption, through blessings that are so loud that your enemies will pass out from shock. Not to punish them, but to show that heaven always looks out for its own. So now, beloved, rest. Your mom is close by. The guardian angel Michael is there, and heaven has not forgotten any of the prayers you said in the dark. You can move forward with peace because you know that what's yours is getting closer and that you will never have to go through another season by yourself. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to still souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself. Jesus says, this is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step, your abundance awaits. You are about to enter your divine future. But remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry. When Jesus says give and heaven will open over you on this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall. Share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now. Join the family and see your heavens.